Dating during this pandemic is perhaps surprisingly super popular. In fact, Tinder recorded its highest single day of swiping this year, and Bumble hit a record number of 100 million users.
You got to do something in quarantine. So today, you'll meet our former intern. It's Alison Kelleher. Her sisters started a game show on Instagram, hoping to help Alison make a love connection. The story went viral, and this week, she was even on the Today Show. Take a look.
Alison Kelleher of Milwaukee decided to give love a chance with the help of her two sisters.
So Alison's dates are tonight.
They created their own game show on Instagram called Date My Sister.
Hey, Alison.
Hi.
How's it going? Hey!
Alison went on many virtual speed dates. Her sisters found the so-called contestants through mutual connections.
Fill in the blank. Zoom dating is what?
Better than the apps.
Better than the apps?
Yes.
Why?
Because you can't hide behind a filtered photo.
Oh my gosh, isn't she so cute? She's awesome. So how did all of those Zoom meetings turn out for Alison?
Well, Molly chatted with Alison and her two sisters to find out.
Hey ladies, it's so great to see you.
Nice to see you. Good morning.
Good morning.
So happy to see you again, Alison. You were an intern for us here at the Morning Blend.
I know, I keep finding my way back to keep in touch with you guys in different ways.
Well, this is a fun reason to talk to you. We're joined right now by your sisters, Lauren and Brooke. Now, Lauren and Brooke are both married, right?
Yes.
Okay, and what was the deal here, ladies? You were trying to find Alison a husband too?
We're trying to find our sister, the one.
I love it. So tell us how this works. How did you come up with this idea?
So Lauren and I were early on in quarantine going through Alison's, watching her Tinder. And it was, we've done this before. We've bumbled for her in the past. We have set her up on dates. And so this was kind of our last straw. Then quarantine hits and Lauren and I said, we need to do something drastic. Alison will never give us permission. So let's just do it and ask for forgiveness. So what we ended up saying was, we have this network of people. There has to be great singles within that network. How do we capitalize on that? So we said social media. So we went live on Instagram and lo and behold, we had no idea what to expect. The response was amazing. Even men were reaching out saying, would you do this for me? Yeah, it was really organic and just kind of spitballed from there. So
I love it. Okay, so Lauren, how does it work? How did you invite these guys? Because we're going to get to sort of the format of it, which is initially sort of like a speed date online, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So, I mean, everyone wants to find love for their friends or their sisters or their brothers. So we got a ton of people sending us, this is my cousin and he would be so funny, like he's a great guy. So they would send us a little bit about him, send us a picture, and then based on if we think they would match up with Alison, we would send them scheduling and a Zoom link, and then they would log on and Alison would have a 5-minute date for the first round with all of these guys to see if she's gonna vibe with any of them. And then from there, Alison gets to choose which one she wants to go on a second date with. And then we reach out. And if the guys also want to go on a second date, then they go on a 20 to 30-minute date via Zoom. And then from there, we figured that we would step back and not be the controlling sisters and let them take it from there. So from there, she's actually gone on a couple in-person dates, social distancing, of course.
Well, I was going to say, Lauren and Brooke, you guys are sort of like the gatekeepers. You're screening the guys and then deciding who, at least initially, who she's going to talk to, right?
Absolutely, yes. It's a sister's duty.
Okay, so Alison, I need you to weigh in here. How did you feel about this, at least initially?
Initially, I was like, oh my gosh, doing this already is like ridiculous. But to do it on camera, I was so just like reluctant about it. I was like, you guys don't make this, into a joke or like, this is just embarrassing or like, is it professional? I didn't know how to feel. And then like the girl said, like there was so many people being like, Alison, soon as you go through this, like I want in, or like people would be like, I'm going to watch how it is. Tell me how it is. And if it is, I'm in. So all of a sudden I felt like, all right, what's the worst I could, lose is it isn't working necessarily that great as is. So if the girls are willing to try something, what do I have to lose? I'm like, all right, I'm just going to support them and let them do their thing. Like they said, they're always meddling. So I'm like not even fazed by it really that much.
I think it's adorable. Okay, so in 5 minutes, do you feel like you can decide based on that quick conversation if you want to go on a second date?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So the thing that I would always say to the girls is like, and again, this is me just being so brutally honest. Like there's so many times where, and again, disclaimer, they're all great people, but who's the right person for me? I'd walk into a restaurant, pre-COVID, and you see them, and within 5 minutes of that exchange, you can already go, okay, this is just going to be a nice person to meet, but there's no love connection. And like after an hour, I'm like, I'm going to go home. And so, but you still have to ride that date out. I mean, you can't just sit down for 5 minutes and go, I'm out, peace.
Yeah.
So this gives you that kind of freedom to just kind of go, you know what, first impressions, am I even willing to know more than this? No, yes. And then the girls take it from there, which is like the best part about it.
So Alison, how's it going? I want to know how many virtual dates you've gone on, how many second dates, and you've met some of these guys in person too?
Yeah. So I went on, I would say, I think 10 virtual dates. And it led to 2 people to meet in person. And one of them, it was 2 dates, and the next guy was the 3rd date. And I think we both have mutually agreed that that's probably it. So I think I've rode out the wave. But yeah, dating during quarantine just adds to all of the fun stuff about dating. It's been like masks, temperature checks. Like we're like, yeah, what else can we add to this fun little experiment?
So no love connection yet. As a final note, ladies, I have to know, people who are watching, I know they're gonna say, I want my son to date Alison. I want my grandson to meet her. I want my friend to meet her. How can people get in on this? And if you're still doing it, and are you open to helping other people make love connections?
Absolutely, yeah. We've helped one other guy who's still in the middle of his in-person dates right now. So we're definitely open to helping others, and it's just kind of been a learning process. And if we did talk to Alison about maybe going on another round of virtual dates, but we'll be a little bit more specific and forward in what we're looking for her. But you're more than welcome. I mean, we have a ton of people now, like an entire spreadsheet of singles who are interested in trying the virtual date life.
Come one, come all. You can DM us and start the conversation, and we can see where it goes.
I love it. Alison, you have great sisters.
Thank you, Mark. Thanks for everything.
Okay, so Alison's sisters have now expanded the game to include other bachelors and bachelorettes in other cities. You can find out more about Date My Sister and follow Alison's dating life on Instagram at _datemysister_. I mean, Alison's very specific, as she should be, about what she's looking for and what she wants in a guy. And I give her a lot of credit for it. So hang on to it. Just keep going with the process.
I was rooting for the banana man, so.
She actually did go on an in-person date with him, so he got through the next level. All right.
Clearly.